Good morning, everybody. It's Dee Reinhardt with Illinois WorkNet. I'm on the call today solo because Natasha's taking her daughter back to college, and Olivia and Tammy are in a training session, so it's just going to be me. But today we don't need much more because we don't have all that much to talk about. So we're going to talk a little bit about the dashboards. I'm going to pull a sheet up in just a moment, but what I want to go over first are the intake projections, and look at that number. We have 4,735. Means we need 265 more people till we get to the 5,000. So we need to push, push, push. And Region 1 is at almost 83% of their goal. Region 2 is doing phenomenally at 157%. Region 3, all voluntary, which is amazing that they're able to do this much with almost 65%. Region 4 is rocking and rolling with 110%. And then Region 5 can't quite keep up with Region 2 anymore, but they're at 138% of their goals. So thank you very much for everybody who's done so much good effort on this. We need to keep plugging. Now that school is going to go back in session, people are not worried about summer as much anymore. Hopefully we can get these last couple hundred people in there really quickly. That would be wonderful. We have taken care of updating all of the documents. There was only one document that I needed to update in the DHS documents, so that is there and available. We're pushing really hard to make sure that the CBOs are using the staffing tool. So if you guys are going to be using the staffing tool, that would be wonderful. It's there, it's available. All you have to do is click and print, or click and upload even. What I do want to talk about next is the dashboard items that require some action on DHS part. I'm going to pull that up and make it a bit bigger. And as you can see, I did these numbers last evening. So we've got Cal Park, who doesn't look like they're on the call, has 2 missed DHS intake orientations. Humboldt has 3, Mid-South has 1, Northern and Northwest both have 3, West Suburban has 6, Western has 10 people, Freeport has 12, which is unusual, so they must have done a recent push. East St. Louis, you're down to 30, so if we can get those people in, scheduled, or into a conciliation status, that would be great. Murfreesboro, just 2. And then under the no-show at the CBO intake appointment, we've got those numbers there. If you've got one in those numbers, please take a look at them, see what's going on, call them in for conciliation if you need to. We don't have anybody in the referral pending, not scheduled, so that's good news. Then under the referral rejected, now each of these numbers that are in here has been looked at very closely. I'm working closely with Deidre Wesley from the DHS admin team, and we have sent out messages to each of the specific offices that have people in here. We do have a few people that are exempt and are referral rejected, and we're waiting on our programmer to schedule a brand new line in the dashboard for those people. So if you get in there and take a look, or if you happen to have received a message from Deidre Wesley, please take a moment and give us a status update of what is taking place with that customer. Then that way, everybody on the whole admin team, along with the CBO, know what is going on with that customer. We have nobody in no longer appropriate, and we have a number of people in the recommend sanction. So take a look at these numbers, and if you've got somebody in this column, please take a notice of that, and please add a case note in Epic so that we know what's going on. I'm going to minimize this again, and one of the things that I do want to talk about, we're going to be having this same conversation with all of the CBOs, and what we really and truly need to do is we need to use the Epic case note system to our advantage. It gives us an ability to communicate with us, and it gives us the ability to communicate with the CBOs, with everybody. Everybody can see what's going on because the CBOs do not have access to IES. Illinois WorkNet and the Commerce team do not have access to the DHS systems. So if it is at all humanly possible for you guys to add a case note to the Epic case file for your customer, even if it's just something simple like appointment scheduled 8/18 or appointment scheduled 9/11, whatever it is, as long as we know what's going on and can look at it at a glance. We're also going to advise the CBOs, as we always do, to put in an actual case note that tells the story. So if we can, between DHS and the CBOs, have an ongoing story being told about what's happening with those customers, it'll make life so much easier for all of us. So, short, sweet, and to the point, that's all I have today. Do any of you have any questions that we need to answer? Now, what we're going to do next time on September 8th, we're going to have some fun. And we're going to try and get a lot of people involved in this and make sure that your staff is listening if you can. We want to try and get everybody on the call instead of just the few that we have today. All right. Does anybody, last chance, does anybody have any questions? Good morning, Chris. Meeting's over. All right. If we don't have anything else to talk about today, we will be sending out the minutes and having, we'll send out notification about the next meeting and what we'll be doing on that so that you can prepare for that. So everybody have a great weekend. As always, if you have any questions, you can contact myself or Olivia or Deidre and her team, and send us email at epic@illinoisworknet.com. Otherwise, have a great day, everybody.